It's kind of a different adventure, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Definitely. We're everywhere. Sand dunes, dry lake beds, in the mountains.
Yeah.
We're getting it all.
Yeah. The only reason we came out here, we basically got blown out here from the weather. We couldn't go anywhere else. The road's probably going to be shut down pretty soon towards home. Not the way that we're going back home, but it's a really windy day. Not too bad out here yet. Here's a quick overview of where we went today in central Nevada. We started off here in Hawthorne, took US 95 south and broke off by Looning. Went across up here by Gabbs, went up here to Eastgate. This is Highway US 50, the loneliest road in America. We just took that for short ways to here and broke off and took the old US 50 highway that's called the Lincoln Highway. And this is that dry lake bed right here that we went to. We went up here to Austin, ate our lunch in the car because it was so stormy. Then we took this road coming down through the Reese River Valley. This area right here is the Reese River Valley. It's basically a gravel road, but it's in good condition. And it goes in through the Yomba Indian Reservation and the tiny community of Ione, which is about 20 people or so. And we cut back here and came back home on our loop. Historic ranches along here, and our route will be passing the historic Hess Ranch. So we're all bundled up because there's a big windstorm coming. What's happening is there's high winds on the coast of California with high surf, and it's bringing a lot of rain and snow up into the mountains. They said it could get up to 100 miles an hour gusts on the mountain ridges. In this area, it's supposed to be 20 to 40 miles an hour with gusts to 70. So we're pretty certain that they're going to close down US 95 by Walker Lake because it usually blows the trucks, the semi-trucks, right off the road. Here's the calm before the windstorm blowing in. There's Hawthorne, Nevada in the distance. Here's some of the government areas. can see there's a bunker in the distance. But I thought that cloud was very pretty, so I decided to film that. So when the winds pick up and they get high like that, like I said, a lot of the semi-trucks get blown off the road right over by Walker Lake. There's Mount Grant. They just get blown off over in that area. So we're pretty sure the road's going to be closed. We were going to hike up on that side of Mount Grant by Copper Canyon, but we had a change of plans because of the storm today. We're passing the big solar farm on the left of the highway, and we're just outside of Luning, heading towards Gabbs, Nevada on our way. We just passed the little spur of Mineral County. Now we're in Churchill County. We were in Nye County for a little while there. You know, we don't live that far away from Area 51, Kelly.
No, we don't. It's close.
This is a little bit closer perspective. Here's where we came up by Middlegate. This is US 50. We only stayed down here for a short while. And we broke off on the old US 50 by Eastgate. It's called the Old Lincoln Highway. Went across the Desatoya Mountains. That old roadside business was right about in this area. Then we cut across here in this valley, and that's the dry lake bed right there in the Smith Creek Valley. And we drove across that dry lake, went down here, and drove over to Austin, Nevada, which is up here in the hills. And from there, we drove down through this valley, which is called the Reese River Valley. There's a river called the Reese River that flows through here, and it's in between the Shoshone and the Toyabe mountain ranges. It's very remote, but this is a good gravel road, and it goes all the way from Austin through the Reese River Valley. And there's some of the historic ranches along here. We stopped at the Hess Ranch along here, and then it comes down here to Yomba, the Indian community in Yomba. And from there, we took this smaller road, 21, to Ione, a tiny community, and we cut down here very close to the old Berlin mine, and we cut across here and came back home. But you can see how those mountain ranges separate the different valleys. So Kelly, I'm not one for conspiracy theories and alien abductions and all that, but I will say that usually if there's something that's in the natural world, you'll see it. Like every once in a while there'll be a moose or a skunk or something, they'll go across a football field unexpected. I've never seen an alien go across a football field somewhere in public unexpected.
That's true.
However, here we go, everybody. These drone sightings on the East Coast, they had two sightings where it was at a football game, the same thing, and they were interviewing a football player, and there's one of these orbs or drones or whatever that went by in the background. And then there was another clip by accident where one of the legacy media outlets on their show, they had the East River of New York City in the background, and another one of those orbs zipped by unexpectedly. So that's telling me there's something to these. It may be, there's a lot of talk, and the government and the military is not answering any questions basically, but there's a lot of talk that could be some type of a new drone technology or something like that. But it's got to the point where I think several of the leaders and mayors in some of these East Coast, mid-Atlantic states like New Jersey, for instance, they've gathered together with like the sheriffs and different concerned entities, and they're not getting any questions answered from the government. So the thing I noticed on that was that by not answering the questions, the Pentagon's not answering these questions, for example, I think it spreads fear. And it seems like the government the last several years has been really good at spreading fear. And I think it would be better if they just answer people's questions about what these drones are and so forth. But we have not seen any of these flying orbs or drones in Nevada yet.
I haven't ever seen anything.
We're not too far at all away from the Fallon Naval Air Station and the Top Gun. And there's a lot of military aircraft around here. And I think if the military was involved with these drones or some kind of new technology, some kind of aeronautical new technology, we are in an area that we would probably see something out here. And we get out a lot of different places. We haven't seen anything. You know, Kelly, it's kind of sad. I used to actually know somebody that one of their friends, he was convinced he had been abducted by aliens. And there was a very famous professor at a prominent university in the psychology department that convinced him that he had been abducted by space aliens. It was really sad. He like I said, he was living in fear all the time. He was really paranoid, and it seemed like that professor had taken advantage of this person and exploited him for his own benefit, you know. But like I said, I think the government and the military should just be open and try to answer people's questions about what's going on with these drones right now. Just love the wide open spaces of Nevada, the beautiful views. We've got good roads and hardly any traffic out here.
That's true.
There's two golden eagles out there with them. Look at that. There's the golden eagle. He's hogging that whole carcass. There he goes. We're just gonna pull in real quick to the Middlegate Cafe. Right beyond this, in the distance, is Highway US 50, the loneliest road in America. Middlegate Station. We're making that turn onto US 50 heading east. We're going over here to Eastgate. We're going to catch the old Lincoln Highway. Oh, I can already see the dust picking up a little bit. There's the famous shoe tree along US Highway 50. Of course, it's got a raven on the top up there. Driving through Eastgate. Really rugged country in here.
Look at that cave.
Yeah, I can see the cave just above the road. This is the old Lincoln Highway, this route. It used to be one of the major routes for the whole country. There's just a dusting of snow. Interesting cliff. A little bit higher elevation here. at. These are the beautiful Desatoya Mountains of Nevada. I'm glad we decided not to take your car through here. It's a pretty rugged little crossing. It's all rocky. It's interesting up in here, isn't it?
It's pretty up here.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We're out of the wind a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be the good thing.
We're just following these coyote tracks in the snow. All kinds of animals in here. Deer tracks and different ones. This is interesting up in here.
It's pretty up in this way, yeah.
Sun is really trying to break out of the clouds. Really rugged.
Yes, it is.
That's a bear track, Kelly. See it?
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
It's just this one spot that's a little bit tricky. Once we get past this, we'll be all right. I'm cutting a path in the snow for Kelly. She's sticking close behind. Got our spikes on our walking sticks.
So far, oh, we're almost out of it.
Yeah.
Got away from the big
We're heading back down our short excursion. It's super icy and slick, and there's a bear up here somewhere. Well, we know the bears aren't hibernating yet. They're out and cruising around recently. This is interesting how this used to be a major highway, the Lincoln Highway. Now it's like a back road.
Awfully curvy for a major highway.
Yeah, it was one of the first, the Lincoln Highway, you know.
Yeah.
Look at this one. I'm getting dizzy. Watch out for ice. Here's the summit. That's the Lander County line. Imagine this gets tons of snow. It's just barely even dusted and it's already got quite a bit of snow. And we're dropping back down into the valley. All those little cow trails sure stand out in the snow like that, don't they?
Yes, they do.
You can really see they're covering the whole hill. Ice patch. I can tell this road is brutal in the winter because the winter just started and we haven't really gotten any heavy snow yet and it's already iced over. There's no guardrail.
And there's snow.
Yeah, snow and ice. A big canyon with a big drop off down there. The thing about these rural roads like this is if you do go off the road, it could be hours and hours or even days before anybody even knows that you're down there.
That's true.
That's the problem. It had some kind of sign or something on it that was in there.
Probably said private property.
Right. Well, we won't go in there. Let's look at it from the side. It's interesting. Somebody's old house. It's right along the road. Of course, it's been vandalized. Look at the paint chips on the ceiling.
Yeah, the way it's
Isn't it
colored
interesting?
gray.
Huh. It's right near this creek. It's a good little spot back in the day to have a place. I wonder if it was just a private home or a roadside little stop. And here's in the back, had another little building. It's a good little spot. It has a lot of willow trees, means a lot of water. Kelly, that's got some really good trout habitat. See that?
Yeah, I do see it.
They love that kind of a spot. It's a small little creek. Has a lot of small trout in it though.
these two big lilac bushes. They're still green, too.
I bet they have flowers in the
I
spring.
bet they do, too.
Those must be ancient.
Oh, they're big.
That was right in the front. Maybe when the Lincoln Highway was a busy route, maybe they might have sold sandwiches or had a little gas station or something like that. Candy bars, coffee, whatever, you know?
Yeah, they could have. You notice how the brick is still kind of intact, but the wood on the building is all rotting away. And then down in here, the rock foundation is still intact, but of course the wood is all disappearing. So I guess the rocks hold up better. Doug thinks that this might have been where the sign was. You know, they're saying, hey, this is a cafe, or who knows, maybe who knows what they sold.
I really think that spot there was some kind of a roadside cafe or something back in the day.
It was something like that.
Yeah, had that mount for the sign and
There's too many hints at it.
places to picnic and stop and eat your lunch and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Be careful, there's 2 cows on the road. One on the right is definitely a cow. She's a fat one. Well, if there's nobody coming, could probably sneak over to the lane. There's hardly any traffic. Yeah.
I'm just not sure what direction they're going.
Don't want to
yet.
scare her.
No.
Have her jump out. There
I think
they
there's
are.
3 up.
Black Baldy.
Yeah, there is 3.
There's 3.
That's why it looks so big.
Yeah. There they are. Right, there's a nice little ranch on the right as soon as you get out of this canyon.
Kind of cool. Look, middle of a reservoir of water.
Got a pond. Yeah, there it is.
There it is. There's the ranch. That's actually a good size reservoir.
Yeah, nice little place. Working ranch. Kelly, let's check out that alkali lake over there.
Okay.
To the left, see it?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's dry or has water on it.
Looks like it's got water, but that could just be
It's hard to tell. Just pulled off the blacktop. This is the Smith Creek Valley alkali dry lake. Let's see how far we can get on it. We can't tell if it's mud or if it's dry or if it's got water on it. It's hard to say about these kind of places in the desert. Sometimes they can play tricks and look like mirages and all kinds of things. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's dry. What do you think, Kelly?
I think it's dry.
Yeah. Could be mud, though.
Could be.
We're hoping we can get out there and walk around a little bit. Looks like this is the end of the line. It's got a little moisture on it, but it's still firm and hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of unnerving driving on it, isn't it?
It's
a little
weird.
bit. It's
yeah,
weird.
It's a little weird.
So Kelly, what are we, about 5 miles out here in this dry lake?
Yeah, 5 miles of this hard, dry lake bed. Interesting.
This is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surrounded by a lot of space and the open sky. There's nobody around us in like 4 or 5 miles in every direction.
No.
That's kind of cool. Interesting. Nowadays it's hard to get that kind of space.
We get it out here.
Yeah. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Now this range of mountains across from us right here, that's the Shoshone Range. And then there's the Toyabe Range. It has the snow on that. And in between those two ranges is the Reese River Valley.
Douglas just wanted to see what it felt like driving on this dry lake bed. So he's giving it a try.
I'm having fun with it. Kind of neat.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever driven across the salt flat before.
Well,
Oh, there's your tracks. I'll just follow your tracks back.
good idea.
I see a little dust kicking up in the distance. I lost your tracks, Kelly.
Uh-oh, we're lost.
Oh, there they are. I really enjoyed that. That was fun.
Yeah, it was. We're on our way on the Lincoln Highway to Austin.
A lot of ranching out here.
Really a lot of ranching out here.
We should have our lunch in Austin. What do you
I think it's a good idea.
We're just driving through downtown Main Street of Austin, Nevada. We're going to find ourselves a little lunch spot since the weather has gotten a little rainy. We decided to eat our lunch on the hill in Austin, Nevada. It was really interesting. When we came up here, some of the roads are they can only fit one vehicle at a time, some of the streets. There's another. That's the 4th deer we've seen go across that yard. There's the 5th one. Mule deer. Look at them. Well, Austin, Nevada is on the side of a hill, and we're surrounded by open country. So it doesn't surprise me there's deer migrating through town like that. What do we have for lunch today, Kelly?
Well, you're going to have a sandwich, and we've got some nuts and some vegetables, and I've got some cranberry egg rolls, too.
Looks good. Here's this week's cookie clip. What do we have this week, Kelly?
We have Afghan cookies. They're low in sugar, but they're mostly sweetened with dates, and they're a New Zealand recipe. This is a cinnamon roll that Douglas makes. He makes them all the time, and he shares them with his neighbors.
The wind is blowing at 25 miles per hour here in Austin. I'm getting ready to head on through to the Reese River Valley. Imagine in the wintertime with all the snow they get here, it's probably really difficult to keep all these roads plowed and free of snow and ice. Imagine.
I would think so.
Yeah, they're up here pretty high. Here's Main Street. US Highway 50. America's the most loneliest highway in the country. Welcome to Austin, Nevada.
That's a fancy sign for Austin.
Mm-hmm. We got a couple of restaurants and everything.
They even have a
Not bad.
motel here.
Yeah. A motel that looks like it's not too creepy and dirty, you know?
Yeah.
Some of these little places, sometimes the places,
Scary
yeah.
looking.
Lander County Courthouse. This road is known as the loneliest highway, and really this time of year it gets even less traffic than in the summertime, so it's really lonely. And we're heading south. We're following along the Reese River. Already starting to get some snow in the mountains. So those mountains on the left, those are the range that goes to the east side of the Reese Valley. That's the Toyabe range. And then these to the right, there's the Shoshone range. And this beautiful Reese River Valley, it has the Reese River that runs through it. There's a lot of elk in here. There's elk and antelope, all kinds of wildlife. It's very beautiful. It actually reminds me of Montana in a lot of ways, this part of Nevada. It's just starting to get snow on the peaks now, but usually there's a lot more snow. Coming up on the historic Hess Ranch. We covered this in a previous video about a year ago. You can take a look at that if you want to. But I'll stop here real quick and we'll just give you a real quick shot of it. Look at the rock face on that. Making good time. The road is in good shape. This area is known for its elk hunting. This Reese River Resort has the cabins for rent. You can come out here and spend the night in those little cabins. Isn't that cool?
Yes, it is.
It's like a little mini town.
Oh, 605-acre ranch for sale.
Yeah. Got a ranch for sale out here if anybody wants to buy one. How cute is that? Right close to the great fishing and the elk hunting. Here they come. They're coming over to say hello. Oh, I like the color on this one. Yeah, I like the color on you. Black and white. Pretty. They're curious. Coming over here. Hey there. What's going on? Hi there. Windy day today. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? This one. Oh, hey, buddy. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Pretty. Yeah. Alright, all got new treats for you though. Yeah. Pretty boys. We're coming up to the Western Shoshone Yomba community. The Shoshone have several different tribes. I believe, for instance, the Eastern Shoshone are up in Wyoming, But this part of Nevada has the Western Shoshone. I believe that's the community center and everything. This is Indian Highway 1. Tribal police. We're gonna make this right and go up to Ione. Little muddy, little slick, little greasy. Not too bad.
Helps that it's a little frozen.
Mm-hmm. It's still frozen. See the cave. It's right in that side of that big rock.
Yes. Oh, because it gets paved here too. Oh, good. Yeah, it's like right there.
Mm-hmm. Right in that big rock. We're just stopping in the cave real quick on our short little tour. You can see where there's a place for a fire. Oh, there's another bird that's flying out.
Here.
There were two. They look like a pair of big flickers. But I think this cave has been used for probably a long, long time. You can see all the black from all the smoke from all the fires that's
Yeah,
been in
they've
here.
been using this one.
Yeah.
This is a pretty cool cave.
We're coming into Ione. This is a tiny, tiny community. I believe there's less than 20 people that live here. Remember when we used to go dancing over here?
Yep.
It's a saloon. The Ore House Saloon. Let's see if anything's changed since we've been here last. There's the old Ore House Saloon. This is the main part of Ione. That's a little community park. Some of the old cabins in the distance.